metamorphosis, transformation, to break out of one's shell. But what does it mean to create a shell for yourself? Hello, I'm Alexandra Pinheiro Khair, and this is Super Solid Light, a transformation of states of matter. So let's get started, shall we? So, I'm sure you just saw my title, Super Solid Light. But what does that mean exactly? Well, remember back to your high school science class. Remember back to your states of matter exam. Solids, liquids, and gases. There's actually a state of matter in between solids and liquids, known as a supersolid. Solids are rigid. They have tight molecular structures where they're lined up neatly, packed up and compressed. This is what gives them their rigid, solid appearance. Conversely, liquids flow, they ebb. They have low friction, which is what gives them the ability to pour so easily from one object into another. Supersolids both have the organized molecular state that solids have, while having a frictionless state, similar to that of a liquid's low friction. But how exactly do you make a supersolid? It sounds a little scary if you ask me. Well, Italian physicist Manuel Delaunay discovered that by passing a laser through a superconductor, a machine that allows electricity to be carried without resistance, i.e. faster, supersolid light came out on the other end. This laser was formed of photons, particles made up of light, electrons, particles with negative charges, and electron holes, which are particles that lack electrons for one reason or another. As a result, after these particles pass through the laser through the superconductor, they form a polariton. And these polaritons formed in organized lines similar to that of a solid, giving it a solid appearance, but they were still frictionless on the inside like a liquid, i.e. supersolid light was created. But what does this mean for you? I mean, I'm sure you don't have supersolid light just lying around in your house. Well, this has the potential to revolutionize technology, to change computing as we know it, specifically quantum computing. Every one of you definitely owns a classical computer. That would be your average home computer, your work computer, your Chromebook. That is your classical computer. It performs the everyday, mundane tasks you need for work, school, or life. But quantum computers are a little bit different. They allow for more complex calculations, long-term simulations, or complex simulations for agriculture or drug studies. Stuff that would not be possible with classical computers without taking a literal millennia. But there's one problem. These computers are extremely expensive to fund. Sure, there's a few of them out there, but they're so expensive to produce, and they cannot be scaled up to a mass audience. Supersolid light helps with one of the components that are difficult to scale. Atoms, which make up all the matter in our known universe, can be supercooled into negative 270 degrees Celsius, or 0 Kelvin, which is known as a supercooled atom. This is what we used previously to perform the function that supersolids can now complete. These supercooled atoms were difficult to produce, expensive, could not be stored in warm temperatures, and could not be mass-produced. Supersolid light, though, has the potential to be mass-produced. It can be stored in warm temperatures, and it is cheaper to produce if we can develop more technology for it. So, supersolid light has the potential to revolutionize this quantum computer technology because we gave it a chance. And this is my lesson to all of you, to give knowledge a chance. You never know when the next supersolid light or new information will revolutionize your field of study. Many scientists passed up the opportunity to study it because it seemed complicated or hard, and because it didn't seem like there was a lot of possibilities. But one scientist did, and he revolutionized the field of computing. So take a chance on knowledge. Read that book you're scared of. Try that class out. Pick up that new hobby. You never know when theoretical knowledge you have will metamorphosize into the physical knowledge you need. This is what I will leave you with. You never know when the next super solid light will come about. So take a chance on something you find interesting. Try something new. One day, instead of having a classical computer, laptop, or screen next to you, you might have a quantum computer because of one person. Thank you so much.